Right, here we are back again. Another day. You see the chassis behind it, all etch primed now. The bulkheads up the back, that's all etch primed as well, and the cross member is all etch primed, ready for the next stage of the chassis paint. Now, this has all been new to us. We've never painted a chassis before, so we took advice from lots of different videos and different methods that people have used. And also we spoke to Craig Jones down at Buzzweld, and we'll go through what he recommends in a second. So one of the things he said was to wash the chassis down with traffic film remover. Then we kind of rubbed it down with Scotch pads and a wire brush, as in an island wire brush, to give us a key. They usually then paint it at Buzzweld from that point, but we decided we wanted to etch prime. Looking at what some other people had did, we etch primed ours, ready for the next coat, which is going to be the strip coat. We'll take you and show you the paint we've got from Buzzweld, and we can't thank Craig Jones enough for his advice and some of the items he gave us. We purchased most of it, but he also threw in some stuff as well for free. Right, we're here with Richard now, and Richard's going to go through the paint we've got here. Richard's been on your project right from the start in 2017, and what we doing now then, mate?
Right, well these are the paints that we've got to apply to the chassis, all from Buzzweld. We have the Buzzweld Galvin 1 paint. We have another tin, which is for our stripe coating, which is, we assume, is thicker. These all need colour added to them, so we have a tin of tint. And we have a tin of thinners as well, plus a spare tin for our mix to go in, and then we will apply using the Schutz gun. We also have a little pipe which enables us to get into all the holes in the chassis, so we can get a good coat inside the chassis as well. And then once all that has been applied and done, we have a chassis guard, which we're assuming is a lanolin based guard, which is nice and environmentally friendly as well. Well,
as soon as it says lanolin on it, yeah. I would imagine it's lanolin.
It's called Lano Guard, yeah, so we're guessing that's what it is. Yeah. So we're doing our bit for the environment as well.
We're good like that, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
You know, we're good like that. So we're going to crack on with this today. We're just going to get some mixing pots, because as Richard said, all this stuff has to be mixed. It's a clear paint, and you add the tint that you want to it. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. So first stage, the stripe coat.
Stripe coat first, yep.
And why do we use the stripe coat?
Just to get that extra protection on welds, edges, hard to get to bits.
Yeah.
It's easier to just do it with a brush, get it on there. You know you've got that protection there.
I mean, you can do this with a spray gun as well, but I think the preferred method is to do it with a brush to reach them hard to get to places like, you know, like.
So you can't always ensure completely even coverage when you get into different.
So this is going to be for our kitchen vehicle, yeah?
Yes.
So we're literally building the vehicle from scratch,
from
chassis up.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, like, so this, we're really excited about this project, huh?
We are, yep. At the moment, we just have a huge pile of bits.
Yeah. So first job before we start, get the airline on it, get rid of any residual dust that's left on the chassis. And then we're ready to start painting. Okay, mixing the paint. So we've got the pot of paint there we're going to be using for the strip coat, and we've added 100 millilitres of thinners and 100 millilitres of colour, and then we'll get a good 10 minutes of shaking it up before we start to apply it. Okay, right, so we've just been doing the strip coating, haven't we?
We've done one side of it. We need to flip the chassis over so we can get in and do the other side.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't be as much left to do because we have done a lot of the underside of it. But,
and if you can just see in the background there, the bulkhead's been done as well over there. So like we're getting on with it and just getting prepped up now for, like you said, do the other side. And what else then?
Then we're ready to spray.
Ready to spray then. So it's brew time, and then we crack on it.
Yep. I think it's just fucking random.
we are. We've just put the first coat on one side of the chassis. We've got to turn it over, let it dry off. We've just used the paint from Buzzweld. If I'm honest, mate, it was coming out in fits and starts. When some of it was coming out really, really good, and then it was kind of, you know.
Yeah, it was quite rap-tree to start with, and then all of a sudden it was like a blockage had gone, and it just poured out.
Yeah, so we get a few little runs in it. I mean, it doesn't really matter because it's on the chassis at the end of the day. We just want coverage on it. We've done a lot of prep work on it, so as long as we get coverage on it, it's going to be fine.
Thicker it is, the better.
Look, it could have been us, you know, like that. You know, we're just not au fait with the use of the shoots gun. Really, we've got a bit of practice doing that. We know we've got to do that. But I think the coverage looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yep, it's certainly covered. That's for sure.
Yeah, so we've done one side of the chassis and one side of the bulkhead. We're just letting them go fairly dry till they're a bit tacky, and then we're going to turn them over.
Turn them over, do the top side. And
then we might do a final coat with, we've got some spray can as well, like of the same paint. We might do just a little top coat on that tomorrow, just to get a finisher. Yeah. And then that'll be well painted. You know, like one of the things we've got a hose that goes on the air gun, and that didn't really work, did it?
All, no.
It just seemed to be blocked as soon as we started. So we've done it as best we can in the internal chassis. But you know, this has been dipped in Galvy. Like it should have a full coverage of Galvy on the inside.
Yep.
And we'll probably do some Dimetrol on it.
Yep.
You know, like after this.
As well.
Yeah, and we got Lanagard to put on the last thing, haven't we? Yeah, so you know, it's going to be a well protected chassis and bulkhead. So we just finished painting our chassis for 130. This is going to be our kitchen vehicle. We got the stuff from Craig at Buzzweld, and I have to say the paint's been fantastic. It's left a really, really good finish. This is going to last for years, like a factory finish on it now. So there you go. So that's what we were up to today. Well, the last few days actually. We're just going to do some finishing touches on it tomorrow. But there you go. Good job. How did you think that went, mate?
Better than I thought it was going to go right when we first started painting it. We were having a bit of trouble with the gun.
Yeah, that was us though, eh? Do you think it was like maybe not shoot the paint up enough, maybe, or too much pressure in the? What do you think?
We set it 75 psi, which is what it said on the tin.
It seemed to come out in gushes, didn't it?
It suddenly just went very thin, so perhaps it was mixing.
Well, the last one I shook it up before I put the thinner in.
Yeah.
Shook it up again, put the tin in and shook it again, and it's better, wasn't it?
Yeah, did it come out?
But I'm really happy with the finish. I mean, it's still quite wet just now, but if you have a look, it's a really nice finish. I thought at one point it was going to be like Raptor, but it actually is dried fairly flat, I think, as in a flat surface, as opposed to the bobbly bit that you get with Raptor. There's little bits, it's still tacky in places. But there you go. So let's go through the stages, Richard and Duncan. What's the stages, right? As the other day, Duncan, what did we do?
We degreased it the other day.
Using traffic film remover?
Yes, using traffic film remover, removed all the grease and everything, washed it. Then we...
Next stage was to put a key into it, wasn't it?
Yeah, we keyed it up with
pads, and also we etched primed it as well.
No, we were told to key it with nylon brush that we put in a drill, but we found actually the Scotch pads were better, didn't we?
Yeah, Scotch pads were good.
And then we used how many cans of X primer did we use? 8 cans of X primer, but that was to do the chassis and the bulkhead, and then we did the top coat here. Like no, we left it. We left the X prime overnight, didn't we?
Yeah, we left the X prime overnight, and then we did the strip coat.
Oh yeah, we did the strip coat next.
All the edges and all the welds with a brush.
Yep.
And then we sprayed.
Yeah, and let's say we were unsure with the spraying at the start, weren't we? But I think it's turned out pretty well. I think.
I think it has. And that is one coat.
Yeah,
more or less.
And we've done a little bit with spray cans as well, haven't we, to get to the bits we couldn't reach.
It's quite a generous coat, but it's one coat.
It was, I would say it was more than generous.
Yeah.
5 litres.
4.
4 litres.
4 litres of Buzzweld.
Yeah, so the paint we showed you earlier on, it was 4 litres of that. And we've still got the lanolin to put on, haven't we?
Yeah, we have, yes.
Which we'll do once it's fully dry. You know, like, and then we'll leave this to cure for a couple of weeks before we do anything on this.
We can't put anything on it yet.
Yeah, one because there's that much paint on it, we can't get.
We'll leave it to cure until we get round to doing the other bits to go.
Oh, we need to put it onto the dolly again, don't we, to move it about, don't we? So before the end of play today, really. Yeah, but I think pretty good in the end. Yeah, all pretty good. So that's it. That's look, this is our way of doing it. We've taken advice from everybody that we knew that had done this before, and some experts from like Craig from Buzzweld. We took advice from him, and then we did it our own way. No, we took a lot of advice from him, and the paint to use. He supplied us with the paint, and he said this. Well, the question was, do you want to do a quick chassis paint, or do you want it to last forever? And basically we went the best we could get, and I believe this paint is. So that's it. Right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did enjoy the video, please hit the subscribe button and give us a like by clicking on the thumbs up, and don't forget to ring that bell at the top there, which will give you our next videos. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that video of us doing the chassis.